326 million trillion gallons of water on Earth. It's possible that an asteroid loaded with ice collided with Earth, perhaps several asteroids, and that's where our water comes from. Less than 3% of the water on Earth is fresh. And a lot of that is trapped in things like glaciers or water vapor or human bodies, so it's not easy to get at. Now here's the good news. All that water is trapped in a water cycle here on Earth. So unless we just decide to spontaneously eject it into space, it's here to stay. We use it for drinking, we use it for bathing, we use it for manufacturing. Most of it goes to agriculture and irrigation, meaning that our water and food supplies are intrinsically tied. If you're enjoying a juicy steak, well, that piece of beef has a huge backstory of H2O.
Water scarcity is an issue not only for developing countries, but very much for developed countries around the world as well, truly becoming a critical global issue. If you look at water consumption over the last century, it was more than double that of the population growth. And if that rate continues through 2025, 1.8 billion people around the world will be living in water-stressed regions. This has a profound implication. People need water to be able to survive, but it also has an impact on sectors that require water, whether it's agriculture, food, or energy. Take a look at what's happening in the US, in Texas, and also the Southwest, where there are significant water concerns and shortages. That has had multi-billion-dollar economic ramifications on ranchers and agriculture producers, but also the tension with oil and gas drilling that requires a fair amount of water.
Lack of fresh water has forced us to seek unconventional water supplies. With the comprehensive use of chemistry, biology, and mechanical treatment, we can put salt water to good use. Salt water can be purified for industrial processes, even to drinking water.
Desalination is great for places that are surrounded by ocean but don't have a lot of fresh water. And the most common way to do this is to take a bunch of seawater and boil it so that the water turns into water vapor, leaving the salt behind. You then condense the water vapor and turn it into drinkable water. In other methods, you press salt water against a membrane that allows the water molecules to pass through but filters out most of the salt.
However, the treatment is costly and highly energy intensive. Economic development, population growth, and climate change threaten a reliable water supply. For the sake of the planet, we need new sustainable ways to both use and reuse water.
Countries like the United States and Singapore have started turning treated wastewater into potable drinking water. Many people take the availability of fresh running water for granted, but reusing wastewater is becoming a necessary part of modern life. Singapore currently has to import water to support their population, but they are working towards becoming water independent. By treating the water and reusing it, resources are being utilized more efficiently, but some people are still grossed out by the idea of drinking water that used to be mixed with sewage.
That will take your urine or even the water vapor you breathe out and recycle it into drinkable water. Sound gross? Well, guess what you've been drinking? Remember, the water cycle on Earth is a closed cycle. The water that we have at our disposal right now has been here for billions of years.
The process of cleaning wastewater is an effective way to reuse water that involves many steps. New technologies are working to reduce the cost and amount of energy used to clean water and make it easier to recycle wastewater for human consumption.
That's what's happening in Orange County in Southern California. Orange County faces chronic water shortages. To meet the needs of its growing population, the county spent $500 million on a state-of-the-art water treatment plant. It's the first of its kind in the United States.
There's few new sources of water, and this is going to be one that's going to be key. Environmentally friendly, cost competitive, and it recycles.
The facility treats the sewage with advanced filtration techniques, such as reverse osmosis, where high pressure sends water molecules through ultrafine membranes. Ultraviolet light is also used to remove contaminants. But the biggest challenges are not technological.
One of the problems these type of projects has to overcome is separating the toilet from the tap. The process is state-of-the-art technology, but unless the people are willing to accept the water, all the engineering goes for naught.
It's the idea of drinking water from a toilet that's not easy for everyone to swallow.
Second cylinder.
To win over the public, the plant opens its doors daily for tours, Visits which end, of course, with a tasting session.
It's as good as any water I've ever had.
This is basically an example to the world on how you can recycle sewage.
We have to do this. I mean, we're running out of water. We got to do this.
For the time being, the water is pumped into underground aquifers, where it will stay for several months before joining the drinking water supply.